And so let me deal with each of these. This is going to be fascinating now. Watch this. Let me deal with each of these. Earnest prayer. And so when he talks about earnest, he's describing the type of praying that we must engage in if we're going to have what? Effective ministry. The type of praying that we must engage in if we're going to have effective ministry. And so Matthew Henry, 7, says this to us. He says, prayer must go along with all our endeavors for the conversion of sinners. It has to go along with it. Let me show you what I mean. Well, here it is. Here's what happens. When we get into these crusades that we're going to head into in late spring, early summer, Elder Sergeant, we go out and we look for a what? A location. Then we make sure that we have the best speaker. And then we make sure that all the literature is printed on good paper and it looks nice and it's in color. We make sure that we have the best singers and our health classes that we're going to teach are the best. And the children's program is the best, and the gifts. And of course, you know you got to have a quiz master. So the quiz master, he or she's going to be the best quiz master. And all of those things are good things because it helps us to do what? Convert who? Sinners. But if you're not praying and you're doing all of those things, you're not going to be what? Successful. You're not going to be successful. And so here it is. Too often, the ministry is the focus at the expense of prayer. You see it? The location becomes a priority, and the speaker and the singers and the health classes and the quiz master, and then we consider, oh, let me see if I think we need to pray about these things. But as you are looking for a speaker, you should be doing what? Praying. As you're thinking about what singers we're going to bring in, you should be doing what? Praying. As you're thinking about the quiz master, you're praying. As you're thinking about everything else around that crusade, around that effort, around that ministry, what are you doing? You're praying. And that's how we get conversion of sinners. So we end up putting the ministry becomes the focus instead of what? Instead of prayer. And while I don't condone it, I understand why we do it. I don't condone it, but I understand why we do it. The reason why we do it is because we live in a society where our attention spans are very short. And so what we have to do is we have to entertain individuals. Somebody just said it. We end up entertaining individuals because we need to keep their what? Their attention. And so instead of focusing on praying, we focus on, here, we got to find a good location, because if the location is good, then people will do what? They'll be attracted to come. We got to find the best speaker. And if we don't find the best speaker, then people won't do what? They won't come. And we got to make sure that we have the best singers in the area, and the quiz master, and the children's program, and the health classes, and everything has to be its best. Why? Because our attention spans are so short. And we entertain folks, and then we have to keep their attention. And so we end up putting the ministry, the evangelistic effort in front of prayer, because prayer is not very what? Glamorous. It's not a very glamorous thing, but it's the most what? Effective, the most effective thing. And so the ministry is used to attract individuals, and then we may consider praying about the ministry later. Lots of money. And then we consider praying about it. But what I want you to understand is learning to pray earnestly is like learning to swim. There is no classroom instruction. How many of you have ever taken a swimming class? All right. Did you go and sit in a classroom? Where was the classroom? In the water. And so, guys, we are in the pool and we need to be praying. There is no classroom time. Earnest praying must happen when? Right now. As I said to you this morning, the time is when? The time is now. There's not going to be a classroom where you're going to sit in the classroom and learn how to pray earnestly for your ministries. No. There is no classroom instructions when you learn to swim. The classroom is the pool. We are in the classroom, guys. Let us begin to pray earnestly. I'm going to get in trouble again, but I got to do it. And so we need to pray for our ministries like we pray for things. Let me turn my back. When we want that mortgage, because we want the bigger house, the better house, we're on our knees every night and we're praying and we're agonizing with God. When we want that new job or that promotion at work, we're praying and we're agonizing with God. When our child is in trouble, we're praying and we're agonizing with God all night and we're calling everyone and we're saying, help me, pray with me. When we want our child to get into that good high school or that better college or whatever, we're calling everyone up and we're putting prayer requests in the box and we're saying, Lord, help me intervene. But when it comes to ministry and evangelism, we treat it. We need to begin to pray for our ministries like we pray for things. No, I don't want to hear it. And so if we want to accomplish significant things in ministry, we need to pray, and we need to pray how? Earnestly.